And you're welcome. It's time for What's Up and About. Mr. Mike Mescano, good morning. Happy to see you here, man.
Good morning, Mazino. How you
sleep
doing?
well?
No, not this night. The night
what's
before,
going on?
yes. It was power.
Sorry. But it's a funny thing. We were talking about that this
The
morning.
rechargeable fan, I got a new battery. The thing was still doing anyhow.
Did you buy the new one?
So the thing just went, no, not the new one. It replaced, but you know when this is rolling and you can't go like nothing.
I was
But it was
telling
power.
MM.
It was because of power.
I was telling MM.
At one point, I had to get into the car. You know,
no.
it was that. And then bring down the body temperature.
And then go back. You
and
should
then
just
go
take a
back.
bath.
It happened.
Take a bath.
Oh my, like 2 times, man.
Wow. We have to talk about this power.
You know what happened? It was the hammer attack the day before. It was intense.
Yeah.
And then the next day, it's just like
just
the
out.
air so still.
Yeah.
So it's just still. It's not man about
Sorry about that, man. But I had only 3 hours, and I had a good 3 hours sleep. I don't know how that
3 hours.
happened. Well, listen, let's talk about something very interesting from over. What was your? Let's talk about what happened over the weekend, especially on Sunday, to be precise, where actor, or should we say pastor, Yul Edochie, self-proclaimed, had his first session, his first church session online, and it got people wondering. It didn't get people wondering, it got me wondering, what's going on with people or self-proclaimed preachers these days? It just seems like anybody can just pick up ring light and a phone and then just start professing to be a preacher. Religion generally, especially when it comes to Christianity, is something that people have so much access to. And I think that there should be, I don't know, it's a bit concerning for me when you have access to a mass of people and can start anything a cult, for instance, anytime. And the people who have access to this are people who often have access to a mass of people from before. Actor turned pastor, radio presenter turned ring light setter, and also pastor himself, in quotes. I didn't mention names. But you know what I'm talking about. I don't know what you guys think about this, yeah?
Man, look, as much as I don't have a problem with the person and all of that, it just shows, okay, number one, look, I can't remember any recent movie I've seen.
No.
I've heard about him. It's not like I watch out for them. But one thing I want to tell you is that, look, he knows how to... Social media has come now, and everybody is now a master of their own money. So he knows how to ramp up views or anything that concerns him, and that is what he's doing. That is basically how a lot of...
He knows how to orchestrate the crowd, how to use them to his own advantage.
And I know you were talking about regulation and all of that, and it is what it is. Like, you know, you just mentioned that someone can start up today and pick up a Bible and something and say something. You don't know what has happened before. You don't know the person's antecedents.
Yeah.
But, you know, but it is what it is. I mean, we're a country where religion, people say religion has really scattered a lot of things. At the same time, it's what is holding a lot of people. It's so bad that where else do we turn to? When you cannot understand what is going on, when you cannot control what is going on. That is the only thing. That is what religion gives to people.
Yeah.
You understand? It's gone so bad. I mean, people talk about it so often, but prayer warriors live here, relocate, and they don't have what to pray for. It's not like they don't want to pray. But, I mean, look at it. 99% of our prayer points, start our prayer points. The first thing,
for a better life.
Good health.
Yeah.
Let's start with good health. You go to a country where basic health infrastructure is given to you.
For that.
Yeah.
So you stop praying for that. What? Tuition and this thing. To go to Scandinavia, your whole, even up to as far as university.
So they are less religious than we are.
Exactly. What else? Is it food? The government, you are doing nothing. You even earn more. Sometimes you even earn more money.
So prayer warriors relocate and then they become atheists.
Do you understand? And so you now look at it. No, so you are looking at it now.
Geez.
Who? Is it village people? The village people is
They
that thing cannot cross their broad.
There's an ozone layer.
Exactly, that you cannot cross. So seriously, what are you going to pray for? Is it blood-sucking demons on the road? No, you don't have potholes. You obey traffic lights. You don't. You break
so we're only close to God because we need something, is what you're saying.
It is
and
what
in a country where everybody needs something,
it is what it is.
One or two individuals can just come up and say, "I'm your intercessor. Let me show you guys the way." Hey, babe, you're not saying anything.
It is what it is.
Are you planning to set ring lights yourself from chief to pastor?
If there's anything,
I see those affirmations.
Because I believe in affirmations. I mean, yesterday there was a conversation online that spooked, you know, my interest, and it's something that I've been on a journey, you know, for a while on, and that is, should Christians manifest?
Manifest.
Should Christians manifest? That's the conversation, right? So, but that's not the topic for now. So let's leave that.
Let's leave it for now.
Because he talked about affirmations. That's why I needed to bring that up. Now, in context to Yul Edochie, Yul can be whoever he wants to be. I mean, tomorrow, if he decides, you know what, I want to be a traditionalist.
An exotic dancer.
He wants to be a traditionalist. He's allowed to, because, you know what, as a human being, we're allowed that freedom of expression and rights to, express yourself. Yeah. Now, it is now behoven on the
people who
the people that fall into that, I wouldn't say it's a trap, or that would rather believe or want to follow his doctrines and his teachings. It behoves on them, because if you feel that this one suits you and this is where you want to, please. You stay there.
Let me make another entry.
Religion has become a place of solace. I remember my husband and I have this conversation all the time where he's like, there's this relative of mine who spends most of her time in church. Like, she's not working, but she spends most of her time in church. There's another relative who dropped out of school because she said Jesus Christ is coming. As at 20 years ago.
He hasn't come still.
And she dropped out of school.
To do what?
To nothing.
Wait for Jesus.
She just waits. So she has, she has spent all her time,
I'll love more.
So she has spent all her time waiting in the house, in a church. She's not married.
Yeah.
So she's wasted all that time waiting and dedicating her time.
She believes that it's a sacrifice.
It's not a waste, it's a sacrifice.
Does she watch Wake Up Nigeria, by the way? You guys don't have a relationship again. Let me just let you know.
Spending all that time, in church, because it has become her place of solace.
Yeah.
It has become her place of solitude. So, I mean,
I'll tell you something,
whatever works for you.
See, whatever works for you, I agree. Hope, we need hope, especially in a climate where everything seems to be breaking down. You need hope, otherwise you will go mental. However, it is the fact that people take advantage of that need for hope and monetize it. I'm not saying that Yul is monetizing it, but I'm just talking about the church industry.
He will monetize.
The fact is this, like somebody posted something on Instagram yesterday, was a gentleman in, I think, the UK, and he took a video of the entire street, a very long street, and he said, look at the street.
In Nigeria?
In the UK. Okay. He said, on this street, if this was Nigeria, you have like 12 churches on the street. But here in the UK, not one single church. It's not saying that it's a good thing not to be religious, but he's saying that if you, however, take a critical look, you'd find industries. These industries provide jobs for people. These people make a living from these industries.
You just said something very, very pivotal here.
I'm wondering why we can't do that.
And over the weekend as well, I don't know if you saw videos of Yul Edochie. PJ was trending because, so he was sort of meeting the needs of some of the members of his church, where there were some of them, I think one of them didn't have a job, one of them had debt issues, and then members of the church were coming through for these people.
Yeah, okay.
Right. It's like building a community where people can, can confidently come in and say, okay, I need help, I will find it, and they find it.
So that's I
didn't see that
beautiful.
video. The one I saw was Poju Oyemade, who gave out grants.
Grants to businesses. Yeah.
Church.
My in-law was a beneficiary of that grant.
Based on the scripture you believe as a Christian, when the community started, it was all come together. If you don't have,
you
give come to somewhere to give you. You don't come and tell me to come and give my last that I have and expect God or whoever to replenish me supernaturally.
Did you see that
video? All
video?
The context of everything is
I think
wrong.
I know this one you're
It is wicked. You see, the community was to come together, and you need help. You help the other person. Have you had breakfast today? No.
Let me give you food.
You hear somebody stand up and say, oh, don't bring anything less than 10,000 naira here. Some people walked.
Did you see the video of the pastor who said that your first tithe of
it's my money?
And
you know what, Mazino? Everybody cheered.
That's my problem.
The congregation cheered.
There's nothing
So you
called in psychology.
You work hard. Everybody knows how January is the longest month in the year. A lot of people are struggling. And then a man of God steps on the pulpit and says, your first salary is my salary. It's my money. I deserve it. I have earned it. You need to give it to me. And everybody claps. Oh, yes, man of God, you go, preacher. You go. Oh, I love you, man of God. I love you.
Listen,
wow.
Listen,
wow.
Listen, take it easy. Where is your tongue? You well, take it easy. But hey, we're not bashing anybody's religion or anything.
Not at all.
We're saying if you believe it, if it brings you hope, if it brings you sanity.
Yeah, do it.
But just think critically. It's going out to a lot of people out there, not just people who are in churches. Think critically. Sometimes these things are illogical, but you don't know because of the indoctrination you've been through.
I think even first fruits might not even be enough. You can give the whole
year.
Yeah.
Listen, thank you for joining us. We are not expecting too many comments on this one, but if you feel like, do leave a comment. Use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC. We'll be back, and we're still going to be talking about this even after we leave you now. Stay tuned.